Today we have in the shop the GM Delco Slave cassette player. The model number on this is 15068081. It came into the shop, the cassette would go in, it would make some noises and then kick the cassette back out. Cassette wasn't playing properly when you tried to get the cassette to go in, so we're going to show you two of the most common problems with this radio. One of the hardest things to do on this radio is to locate a 3/16 nut driver, because you're going to need a 3/16 nut driver, and we're going to start with removing the one screw that deals with the metal bracket at the bottom. On the opposite side as well there will be a second screw to remove for the 3/16, and this will allow this mounting part of the frame to be removed, and you can set that to the side. This is going to give access to four more screws actually. One at the back that's going to have to be removed, so you can remove the cover, and then the cover will come off. Then we have one screw here on the side, and on the opposite side we have two more. These were not accessible until you remove the mounting hardware from the side. With these three screws removed from the mechanism, we can open up the top cover and remove these two connectors out of the very back. There will be two at the back of the cassette and two at the very back, and we want to remove these two at the very back. With these removed, you'll be able to pull the entire cassette mechanism up out of the radio. Now we're going to turn this over. There are four screws that secure this metal plate that's on the back in place. One screw over here on one at the front here, one towards the rear here, and one over here on the left side all by itself. This is going to allow you to lift this bottom cover up. Now this cover is attached with a ribbon cable. This is a switch here. There is also a switch right here, and we have timing that goes on here as well. At this stage you ought to check the belt, see if the belt looks good. And the belt looks good here, so we're going to remove this metal gear that's right here. We're going to lift this gear up. This is going to help us when it comes to aligning the mechanism and putting it back together. But the problem usually here is two things. We have two switches here, and we can take our chemical spray and spray one of these switches real easily here with our spray and engage the switch. You'll see it here with your once you get here, there's a little tab that comes out, and we'll push that in after spraying it. Now normally this is the switch that causes all the problems, and with our small flathead screwdriver we're going to go in and try to pry the gray cover up on this switch assembly up, and it pops right off. Now we have two things going on here. This is part of the switch array, and then there are four contacts here in the back of this switch. There are four contacts here, and all the contacts inside this switch as well, all the metal traces and so on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our sanding pen and go around the inside of this switch here and clean up the contacts for this switch. And we're going to do the same here for this one here, and brush these contacts as well, make sure they're nice and clean, and all the lubricant and dirt and dust off is off. You'll see that there'll be no more marks in there or grooves from this wheel spinning around and causing all sorts of wear problems. And that usually takes care of this radio. Now this is the easy part. There is an alignment procedure. The alignment procedure deals with several things here. We have several notches all around the side here, and one of them looks like a funnel, and the funnel piece has to be aimed right at the little triangular notch that's here on the front here. We have a small triangular notch on the black base that sits right here, and this little funnel looking shape that's on the gray wheel, and these two have to line up when putting this wheel back in and putting the cassette back together. Now we're going to turn this back around because there is a second switch as well, or excuse me, a second alignment point, and we're going to take our pick tool and pull this gray bar. When it moves up and down here, it tends to move part of the mechanism, but we have an alignment mark here that's way in the back here, and a little triangle engraved in the case with a line to it. We want to line these two lines and bring them up together. So once we get those two lines together, it does several things. It allows this little lever here to move a little bit, and we want to move this to the right because when this plate comes back on, we have the switch here that we don't want to get caught on that lever there. So once that is back, we're going to check our alignment point, put our metal gear back in now. You might have to wiggle that. Sometimes moving the white gear over here on the side that's underneath can sometimes help get this to settle a little bit flusher and flat. Get this moved around there. It just sat down flush there, so we got that flush now. And this plate will come back over and set back in. Watch that switch through here, through that metal flange there. Make sure that all sits. Everything sits down good. We're going to replace all the screws, put it back together, and this should help you out with repair this slave single cassette player. Hope this video has been helpful. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching.